Generals, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. It is also showtime as our blue Japanese player. We are in Rise of Nations, and we are wasting no time for some excellent segues.
Beautiful vocalization
like that one?
machine. I did like it indeed. His opponent for today will be the man himself, Mr. Prolaze. He will be our Dutch.
Yeah, Prolaze is a player that we've actually casted quite a few times already on the channel here for Rise of Nations, and this hasn't quite happened yet, but we will be doing a interview with Prolaze because it'd be cool to get an opinion and a bunch of perspectives on the Rise of Nations community and the Rise of Nations scene, because it's something that like we're very on the outside of. Like, you know, we're kind of the outsider's perspective looking in going, give me your replays, please.
Yes.
Like, we don't really know what's going on. Whereas something like Company of Heroes and Zero, you know, like we're very embedded within the communities and the scene. We know what's going on, but that'll be pretty interesting. So you can expect that on the channel over the next couple of weeks, depending on when this video is actually posted. That's always open to interpretation of when that'll actually be.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, we are here casting Rise of Nations. It's been a while, but we do love casting this game, and you know, we're going to be continuing to do it for quite a while to come. Not as regularly as some of our other videos, but it'll be there.
It'll be there. It'll always be there. We do enjoy it. It's been a pretty fun game. I'm yet to beat the machine at it, but you know, a man can dream, can't he?
Yeah. You know who has beaten me in Rise of Nations?
Who has beaten you as Rise of the Nations machine?
Prolaze.
Prolaze? Yeah.
Yep.
Bigger shocker!
Yeah.
Very surprised.
Also, just for the record as well, so like as of today, which is probably like a couple of weeks ago when this is posted or whatever, there was a community spotlight posted by Microsoft Studios. They actually contacted us, and they got us to fill out some questions, mainly me, but Blake, you know, he had a bit of input as well. So that was pretty cool. So if you haven't seen that, I will link that in the description. Check that out if you want to know a bit more about us and our relationship with Rise of Nations. But other than that, I think we'll go ahead and keep an eye out, have a look at the game, delve on in. So tell us a little bit about the Dutch, Blake.
Man, the Dutch are pretty good. They're pretty pro. Getting that free commerce down, they get reduced cost on research on commerce in the future, 10%. And in addition to that, and the big thing here is they get rewarded for floating, man, which is pretty great. They get an additional resource income for every like 100 of each resource they have inside. They have actually banked up, so it's good to float as Dutch if you happen to be doing that.
Yeah, like it's still probably not good to float, but it's
Overall,
certainly
you know,
worse floating with other
you can
factions,
do,
I guess.
yeah.
So the Dutch, because they get the wealth from the early game, it means that they're able to get their knowledge a lot sooner, because once they hit classical, they basically have a bit of a bank of wealth to start getting those scholars and the unis a little bit quicker than what you would otherwise see, especially if you go the unis and then you also go your despot government as well. So you get it kind of speeds up your classical age tech, if you want to refer to it as that. As for his opponent, the Japanese, actually one of Blake's favorite factions.
I enjoyed the Japanese.
Yeah.
I think they're a bit of fun. They're fairly great. Yeah, Showtime's going to be playing as them. Just going to be taking up now from ancient to classical. And as far as the Japanese, reduced cost on barracks units. They also get additional damage. Their infantry gets additional damage on cities based on age and military research. They get like an additional, I don't know, it's like 10% or something. We should be more specific. We might have to check. It's like, no, 5% extra damage. Yeah, 10% would be OP.
5%
yeah.
for each age plus
Yeah,
military.
plus
So
military
that will
research,
go
yeah.
up as the age increases. They also then get stronger spearmen,
Yeah.
which are further then stronger. So they're a faction that works pretty well for the heavy infantry units. As for Prolaze, is already sending out a horse archer, very common in competitive Rise of Nations play. You gotta expect that, and that's exactly what Showtime does. He has a squad of bowmen here. Bowmen are one of the counters to the horse archers. However, a little bit out of position though. We'll lose the caravan. Not sure if that was supposed to be escorting the caravan, but either way, we'll be forcing that one to perhaps reconsider his harassment. So looking at the cities, It's 2 each. Rushing out a third city is very important in the small Rise of Nations 1v1 maps, especially in this map where you're going to be contesting a lot of these objectives. But before you can go third city, you pretty much have to pull out some units of some kind, whether it's to attack or defend.
Yeah. The other big thing about the Japanese is they also get a 50% increased. Well, they get increased. Farms like 50% cheaper, and like they get 25% increased income from them. Same with fishermen as well, so that's pretty big. So either see less farms or more of a farm max out coming in from the Japanese, because you're obviously going to get a lot more income there. Nice horse archer harassment still coming in here from Prolaze. He's doing fairly well.
You know what I really love about this match is like the color palette here. We have orange and blue playing on a green map, so it's really easy to spot things out on the mini map. Whereas like most games are on the the desert. So I think it's Sahara Desert, and if you're casting like orange versus yellow, you just can't see minimap.
It's pretty much impossible.
Like right now, we see the Cataphract denied the Merchant, so that's another staple of competitive Rise of Nations play. Is there's a lot of action around those the merchants and the caravans, more particularly the merchants trying to deny those rare resources. And so there's been a lot of back and forwards, like harassment of merchants, but so far there hasn't been any villager harassment. But that may soon change here as we see the horse archer escorted by a light horse. There is a squad here of the spearmen, but they're a bit too slow to really catch up. We'll force the bell, I guess we're calling it that, forces the garrison inside of the city.
Delaying a little bit of mining coming out here, something else that is quite important. Even light harassment coming down onto these woodcutters' camps can force those citizens off, which is, yeah, very, very important. Good play from Prolaze. He's already denied 2 of the merchants, and it was good actually camping the Cataphract on the rare resource. He kind of used it. I don't know whether it got scouted by his scout. I think it might have done. And he just left it there and waited for a merchant to come out from Showtime. So that was actually quite a nice play. And
that allows Prolaze to secure the third city. Like that's a really big win here. He's like at the moment slightly behind in income, but I think that's that's less important compared to getting that third city down. This has been scouted here, so we may start to see harassment there on that merchant. So also because he's Dutch, Prolaze, he will have the armored caravans and merchants. They have a lot more health and armor, so they're harder to kill, plus they have defense. So makes harassing the Dutch merchants and caravans a little bit more difficult, which is actually a very strong bonus to have for your faction.
He's up one Civic now as well, which is also contributing to his map control here. We'll have to see if... Yeah, there's the expansion out there, but it wasn't from a Civic, it was from Temple coming down. Oh, and push back again. What did you go for, Prolaze, you stinky bugger? He went for a temporal zone, so... I guess it's mainly going to be out contention over this central mountain. It's going to be a pretty big deal, like, if anyone can get a mine down there, because, like, that's a... How many... We'll have a look at the mine. How many systems do you think you can get mining from that? It's a fairly big from that mine. What are you thinking, man?
That's 8. He can probably get more, though, if he built it more centrally, but that would be too risky. Which I think he perhaps would actually be a bad idea. Because if he builds it like in the middle, sure, he'll get 10 miners, but then it's going to be really easy to push off. If there's a third city, then he may actually lose access to that. So I think that safe placement is pretty clever. Still more raiders coming around here. A horse archer from the side of Showtime. And that's the Republic government. Have we actually seen one from Prolaze?
Not that I saw. Oh, he's
no, he hasn't.
There. No, he hasn't gone for one yet. I was going to say,
there we go.
Yeah, he put the Senate down. He's going for...
Put his fist down.
Despotism. Quiet machine. Man, you're on point today. I'm feeling it. But, yeah, he threw down the Senate a while ago. Just hadn't actually committed to anything, so...
And this is kind of an interesting situation here because, as I said earlier, we do definitely have Showtime in a bit better spot economically, especially with the Republic, but Prolaze has the third city. Like what's more important? It's hard to say, really. Like, I don't want to pretend that I understand this game at a really high level. I mean, I'm probably leaning towards the third city as more of like a long-term bonus. But at that being said, you can't let your opponent's economy get out of hand. And
I guess if you add that onto the to taxes and bonuses that we could potentially see coming out here for Prolaze, that's going to be nice as well. That's still going to be third city coming down now.
Horse archer for defense here. We'll hold on to his his merchants. And yeah, once again, it's just continuous harassment. Prolaze is on it, man. He's just not letting any of these merchants actually mine. At the same time, it seems that Showtime's doing something quite similar here, and it's like Rise of Nations is such an APM demanding game in terms of managing your economy and your production. When you combine harassing on top of that, it's just like a whole nother dimension of like, this video game is hard. So I have a lot of respect for Rise of Nation players. You know, it's such a demanding game, and I think
tough, man.
Part of the reason why people enjoy it. And look at this, four miners.
Yeah.
So we may have to see the religion upgrade come down, get the borders increased here. And so now there's a third city from Showtime. I wonder what the response here is from Prolaze. I can't quite see much of a unified army. There's been a lot of harassment, but no real consolidation of forces, at least not from Prolaze. Showtime, actually, he's doing pretty well for himself. Look, he's got a couple of spearmen here, some horses. He's looking actually pretty strong in this game. Yeah,
decent-sized army there. Thought it was a sneeze. It wasn't a sneeze. We're all good, ladies and gentlemen.
What was
Don't worry about it. Well, it was a. I don't even know, man. It was like a semi-sneeze, a thinking about sneeze, a considered sneeze.
Well, if you work out what it is, make sure to let us know.
I will.
I'm sure we have some people that
I'll keep you informed.
Pretty critical. So
They're
actually,
probably on the edge of their seats, man.
So Prolaze is going for his siege factory, which means that he's going to be going for a bit of sieging. I mean, like that's generally what a siege factory entails. Actually, he was taking up to his medieval, but actually then decided to cancel it. Maybe because he saw the cavalry. I'm not quite too sure. Still isn't mining from this middle. Instead, he's mining from somewhere else. He does have, yeah, there it is. He's got a mine there. Isn't fully exhausted either. Caravan or merchant being placed up here. I seem to have a problem of using the word caravan to describe merchant and vice versa. So
it's a real issue, machine.
Yeah.
It's something I'm sure you can work on.
I'll try and refrain from doing so. And medieval here from Showtime,
yeah, he's finished up.
Yeah, but not much further behind is Prolaze here. So this is looking like pretty good engagement for Prolaze. Cavalry. Well, actually, that being said, though, I mean there was only one squad of hoplites. These cavalry are just kind of getting some snipes on these archers too, and that's a despot, so he can't bribe like the senator can. One of the reasons why Republic is good defensively.
There's the medieval coming in, so Prolaze secures that one. He also has the additional science at the moment. I'd say army advantage is probably in the hands of Showtime at the moment. I'm not sure where he's going with upgrades. I guess you should be throwing them down like eventually.
Yeah, it's pretty standard to see players neglect classical age upgrades, unless they really want to commit to some sort of aggression. But for the most part, because I think one of the reasons why is because you can't actually get supply wagons until you hit medieval. So it's hard to be aggressive apart from use of your despot. But say if you're a Republic, you can't actually really attack your opponent because if they just get attrition, you can't deal with that until you have supply wagon at medieval. But I'm sure there's more reasons than that as to why you see players not go for their classical age upgrades, because it doesn't get cheaper. Like, if you're getting the upgrade twice, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. And we do have, some medieval age units here, crossbowmen, pikemen from Prolaze. It's bringing a castle as well, very important to have those for multiple reasons. Gives you a nice defensive line, gives you territory, gives you Facebook sounds, which I thought I muted, but apparently not.
It wouldn't be a gentleman castle without Facebook sounds.
Oh, exactly.
It's definitely a nice castle placement there, because between the two kind of clumps of wood, and it covers the entire top area around that city, so it means it's really hard to siege. You can really only siege from the bottom area in a really clumped up position. Like it's excellent coverage.
I'm gonna do it, Blake. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna stop recording with my Facebook sound. So my apologies for a bit of a janky transition if there is one. And we are back with significantly less Facebook sounds. Just waiting for the Skype sounds as well, but no, it's on Do Not Disturb. Steam as well.
Steam
also,
as well? Okay,
it doesn't have notifications, so we should be good for that.
This has been a completely brutal, third city into Temple here from Showtime. It's denied all the mining coming in from Prolaze, and it's actually Showtime who's thrown down his own mine. He says, this mountain's mine now, my friend. Yeah, man. Still got five on that. 5 citizens.
It's actually a large city now, so it has the extra health, which is going to be pretty important if Prolaze does go for a siege. He does have 2 catapults already. But, you know, you can't have a party without trebuchets. That's actually a lookout tower. Will be, oh no, it seems to kind of... Look, the units are now they're revealed.
The area,
For a while there, they weren't going through. And that's actually kind of important here because it means that Prolaze has plenty of time to reposition his army. And still, it might not be enough, though. He only has, I mean, really, pikemen and crossbowmen, which are pretty slow. That being said, though, we could see Prolaze go for a counterattack. That'd be pretty devastating, too.
Counterattack could be a good idea. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's actually going for here. He's pushing really far in. Maybe he's looking for some econ harassment.
Just the merchants,
on the side of
yeah.
Prolaze. I mean, yeah, Showtime's looking for that. I mean, what is Prolaze going to be looking for here? He's going to actually go for a city. Pikemen are not exactly the fastest.
Well, it's mainly because it's a river. Like,
yeah.
if you're unaware, you do cross slowly over rivers. It looks pretty weird because I don't think they haven't changed the animations for it, so it looks funny when they walk over at half speed. But the thing is look at Prolaze's base. He has a tower on his 2 defensive cities, and they're large cities as well. So what that means is that Showtime can't really do anything. Like, until he gets siege units, he's not going to be able to really break the city or the towers. He needs to have siege or just be happy with just harassing villagers. However...
Hashtag supply wagons machine?
Well, hashtag despot.
Hashtag despot indeed, yeah.
So, man, this is so much pikemen as well. And pikemen, they are very strong against buildings, at least stronger than your other infantry. And we only have, what, 2 squads of crossbowmen? However, it's going to be enough. I mean, there's actually a pretty small army here. And it looks like... That's the invisible, I think. The ambush, I believe it's called.
Yeah, ambush gets thrown down.
Yeah, that's quite of the vision. But this could be very devastating here. Let's go back to Prolaze's vision. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So he actually uses the ambush, and a lot of pikemen here still a little bit out of position. Oh, look, that's awkward. Tries to build a city. There's a crossbowman there ready and waiting.
Completely denied.
Going for the capital. Man, he's going straight for the throat.
Pikemen are doing really decent damage to that city as well.
Yeah,
it has quarter health. Is he going to try and hold this one? I mean, that's a possibility. If anything else, like going for the capital, that's like 4 mines down. Like a whole woodcutter's camp as well, so even if he just reduces it.
Prolaze hasn't even bothered upgrading to his trebuchets either. He can definitely get this one down. Can he hold it? That's the question. There's reinforcements stemming in. Not really a lot though. We need to see a lot more crossbowmen come out because it's a pretty uneven mix. And whilst that it lends himself very well to sniping this city, which is the capital, it means that you know, it can be countered by pure crossbowmen or the heavy horse archers. All right, here we go. A little bit out of position. Like, it isn't a nice formation, but we see reinforcements stemming in as well, and it's the light cavalry being built here. So anticipating the heavy investment of crossbowmen, pretty smart from Prolaze here. This is such an aggressive play, and he needed to, because Prolaze was getting far behind in terms of his economy by quite a fair bit.
Gonna still have units on that city as well, so Showtime, time to retake the capital, only 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Pikemen gonna be stepping in here, and this is actually a nice attack coming in from Prolaze, because otherwise Showtime can kind of just camp out his reinforcements, take them out, wait until he has enough troops, and then come back in. But what Prolaze is doing is kind of pincering the entire army of Showtime. He's taken out virtually all of it. There's like 1 light horse left. I'm not sure what he can do here.
And I really liked how Prolaze went for the capital, because if he went for this forward city, which is the most tempting, the reinforcements would have come in before the city would have been raised and, well, captured, I guess. And then it's really easy to hold that when you have the arrows firing from the city, your forces are distracted. But it was the timing, and it worked out so well because the city was destroyed or captured just as the reinforcements came in from Showtime. So it's putting him in a pretty dangerous spot. He only has 2 minutes left. Does have the militia upgrade, so we've seen a couple villages being turned into the militia to get that extra combat troops in. But yeah, I don't know if Showtime can come back from this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, he still has like really decent econ, even though he lost that city. Still looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Can we just flick over to, yeah. Man, I'm not sure who has the better income here. It's actually really close.
Well, Prolaze does because of the way that he sniped the city, especially because it's his capital. I mean, the only exception is the wealth. Sorry, not wealth. The knowledge, which is definitely in the favor of Showtime. He's going for his gunpowder age. Like, I think that's his plan here. He can't really attack the army with his smaller army, but if he gets the tech advantage, then maybe. But still, the army here for Prolaze is massive. I think Prolaze isn't even like upgrading his economy.
No,
I think
he's
he's just
transitioned into pure unit production here. Showtime, on the other hand, he's going for the tech choice, but I'm not sure if that's the best option. He needs more units out if he's going to deal with this and retake the capital.
still he's trying to hold on. Forbidden City, but like it seems a bit futile here because he has to get this capital in 1 minute or he loses. I don't really see how the Forbidden City is going to actually change that. Unless I'm missing something here. Capital timers do not affect you? Maybe, is that why? Does that? Oh.
I don't know, is that actually a thing?
Oh, I think it is a thing.
That can't be is it a thing?
Capital timers do not affect you.
They're getting the Forbidden City down. It's like 45 seconds to go. This is going to be awesome.
You'll get it, though.
I've never seen it, though. I've never seen the Forbidden City actually getting built.
I've seen it all the time, but never for this reason.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, for the... Yeah, to... This 35 seconds. Forbidden City finishes. Big plays. Man, that was exciting for us. Yeah, Forbidden City gets thrown down, so Capital Time is not affecting Showtime, but it keeps him in the game. It was like a last-ditch ploy. Just go for Forbidden City. And he's going to have the tech advantage now as well.
Well, not really.
No, he didn't. No, Showtime has... Wonders, but yeah, Prolaze is gunpowder as well. Prolaze went up at the same time. So.
Yeah, but actually look at the income here. Because of the Forbidden City, it gives you a fair bit of income. So let's put the income advantage back in the favor of Showtime, especially when you look at the knowledge. But you know, resources is one thing. Huge army of crossbowmen and pikemen is another thing. This is actually maybe a pretty bad idea. He's trying to attack this, and his army is tiny. These aren't decoy. These are real units. I think he realizes that now, and Showtime is disengaging, but that was a pretty dangerous engagement to make. But still, he didn't really have a read on the composition of Prolaze. Now he sees it, he knows that that is a huge army. Oh crap. And I wonder how he responds to this. Putting a castle here. Yeah, like actually look at the income here. 200, 200, 200. 150, 150, 120.
Yeah.
Like look at the map, and then look at the
Crazy.
income. It's a little bit inconsistent, which is, you know, just because Prolaze has been prioritizing and investing his army, and it could definitely close this game. That being said, though, Prolaze does need to get his upgrades. These aren't gunpowder units.
No, they're not. In addition to that, I mean, he's down, like, military, he's down civic, he's even down, like, commerce as well. Yeah, it's looking pretty brutal, I have to say. Like, in terms of income and also upgrades, Showtime's looking really good here. Prolaze, it's all about this army and what he can actually get done with it. With that being said, there's a decent sized army getting built up on the side of Showtime. He has a fair bit of unit production here, really throwing everything behind these better upgraded units. I'm not sure about the amount of cavalry he has. He seems to have a fair bit of it, and there are
a lot of pikemen.
Yeah, there are a lot of pikemen machine. It's a pretty good quantitative term you use there. There are a lot of pikemen.
Yeah, this city actually gets finished. What? It's in between the stolen city, and what that means is that units that are being reinforced are going to be taking attrition damage. So that's maybe something that Prolaze has to deal with, is take that city. Which will distract his forces away and may allow for a counterattack. Looks like Prolaze is sending a small army.
Yeah, just to deal with that one. Just the pikemen, which should be enough. I mean, we just see the bombard upgrade going down now, so they're going to start sniping stuff. I was going to say, they were at catapult for ages, so going up to bombard is going to be really nice.
So look at Prolaze here. It needs 3 more library research to get enlightenment, where Showtime's already on there.
Alignment.
So this is proving it to be like a really interesting game, just in terms of comparing the different priorities, and this could be the engagement here, a really good time.
And all the elite, the majority of the elite pikemen have been rotated off now.
He needs to force march and disengage this one, and get his pikemen back in the fight. He's going to lose all his crossbowmen.
Bombards are trying to pull back now, but it's probably not going to be enough.
Yeah, there we go. There's actually the forced march as well, so he shouldn't lose too much here. Nice way to prevent losses here from Prolaze, and that will allow the pikemen to come in. I think Prolaze probably invested maybe a little bit too much pikemen. I mean, it was completely unarmed. He didn't need to send many squads.
He sent virtually all his pikemen.
Yeah.
It could have been brutal if it wasn't for the forced march. But now the pikemen are in position. It's going to be really hard for these cavalry units to actually get onto the crossbowmen of Prolaze.
The musketeers here, the cuirass is trying to dodge. They can't engage the pikemen in a head-up fight, so this is good play here. Wants to try and flank if he can, go for the cavalry. Meanwhile, the healing's coming through from the senator. So this engagement's like actually looking like it's going towards Showtime.
It probably was.
Oh,
yeah, man. Prolaze having to back off here. All of the pikemen getting kited out there by the cavalry, who really didn't take that much damage. The pikemen just sat on the cavalry. They didn't really go for the ranged units of Showtime there. And Prolaze's army is essentially routed here.
One other small advantage there is there's actually an additional tactics upgrade there from Showtime. His armor aura on his units is +6. Whereas the armor aura of Prolaze is +4. So his troops, not only were they higher tech, they also had higher armor. So it was just really, really good timing there by Mr. Showtime. And this Forbidden City, like, that was like the game.
Dong, dong, dong. It's getting work done, dude.
Yeah, and it gave him like the income that he needed as well. So like this is turning around pretty direly for Prolaze here, because now that city's been captured. The original capital city. I wonder what the capital is now. Where is it? Is there even a capital?
I'm not sure how it works. Like, does the Forbidden City create the new capital? I'm not sure. Can we hover over?
Well, I don't think there is a capital.
Yeah.
Like, no one has a star. This one, maybe it'll turn back because it has the Senate. But yeah, currently there's no star, and that would kind of make sense given that the capital timers do not affect you, given the Forbidden City. So, man. Also, that'll allow like more farms to build. It is a city functionally.
Yeah.
You can build cities and caravans and stuff on that. So now that's Prolaze going for his. He's got his enlightenment now. Let's see. Let's compare economies once again. So. The knowledge advantage has kind of been evened out here, but there's still definitely a huge income advantage, which will be even higher now once this... That's the capital there, Kyoto with the start.
Yeah, because the Senate's still there, so...
The Senate would probably have given a new capital if it was built somewhere. 310, man.
Going democracy now is Showtime as well. Getting that Senate upgrade now has actually captured it back. That's going to be nice. Democracy.
Yeah, it gives you... I think it's cheaper non-library upgrades. Plus, like, having the heal is really nice. Oh, also, that gave me had healing. The healing is pretty awesome. Like, I think the senator, or the president or whatever, like, I was going to say hero, then I was going to say moral. I'm just going to call him the governor. The governor is better, but the bonuses from the other tree, like cheaper barracks units and cheaper stables units, like, they're kind of better in the long term, I guess, but I do really love having the heal. Like, it's really fun to have. You don't have to worry about, like, trying to garrison in and out of cities. You just leave them there. Plus, you know, they heal in combat. As long as you're in your own territory, they won't heal in enemy territory.
And just look at that economy, man. It's pretty much it's plus 100 all over the board here for Showtime. It's nuts.
And now the knowledge is more than double.
Yeah, knowledge is more than double.
Prolaze, I fear for you, my friend. I think he made a gamble, and the gamble it was gonna work. It was like 30 seconds away from working, but this Forbidden City, like I didn't even know that did that.
I didn't either. I mean, I'm assuming Prolaze was predicting it because you saw how he went aggressive with his army instead of just camping on the capital, trying to hold it. He went aggressive and like kind of had to poke around to see what damage he could do. I guess he was assuming that the Forbidden City would get thrown down. But,
yeah. So the things with the Forbidden City is unlike every other wonder, its build location is not revealed to the enemy until it is completed. That being said, though, it like, I'm pretty sure it says it's being built, and that's exactly as you said. That's why Prolaze was pushing out, which I was wondering why. And so you can really see the level of understanding of the game that these players have. Prolaze knew that was a threat, and he wasn't quite able to assimilate that one in time, but yeah, like, because of that, he's basically... I think there's going to be game over. Like, eventually, Prolaze, he spent too much, and the economy is going to win out in the long run here, but that's only because of that clutch play. And also, it was pretty fortunate that there were the resources available, because I think it's a pretty expensive wonder. I think it's like 600 food and... I can't check now because he's already built it, but it's not cheap. Also,
the majority of the economy was focused for... Like, the majority of the economy was focused around those two forward cities for Showtime. He didn't really have a lot on the original one that he built. I mean, yeah. So he obviously had the farms down here, like 4 farms. He had the lumber camp. But there were no mines there. There wasn't enough stuff to really put Prolaze ahead in a big way economically. So he really only got the capital, and then 30 seconds in, he's like, God damn it, he went Forbidden City. So.
Yeah.
Now, to big upgrades here for
I just feel like
Showtime.
a bit of a disclaimer is in order here. Gentlemen, gentlemen, we cannot guarantee that building a Forbidden City will win you all your games.
Yes, no.
Like
no,
you can't go, oh, I'm
yeah.
losing.
Better
It's
build
fine.
a Forbidden City, don't even worry, guys.
Oh, I haven't lost the
I've
game
got a
now.
Forbidden City.
You can't beat me. No fair.
So
no
PvP.
fair. You can't attack me in Forbidden City. Still, I think, like, no matter how clutch that play was, you can't deny that the best wonder in the game is the Terracotta Army.
Yeah, obviously.
Legit.
So,
Like,
man, look at all these free units. Free squads,
Free
man.
squads.
Free squads.
oh.
Oh, free squads.
Well, this city's gonna get reduced. And then let's see if Showtime actually goes in for it. It's gonna encounter a bit of resistance, but not only is it smaller and it's less tech. Does he even have the upgrades yet? No, it's still only the level 2 armor, like +4. It's also the president, so unit producing buildings. So it's a very defensive thing. You know, you get extra production from him. Whereas the stable, what's it called, the monarch, he gives a stable unit bonuses, like combat bonuses. So like you just gotta use them differently. Here we go. Industrial Age is finished.
Yeah. Would you say the president supervises the construction of buildings machine, or is that something you would say, or?
I guess. Yeah, GG. Yeah, I think that's pretty smart. He may go for an attack here. Oh, just for swag points. Nice work, I think. Yeah, good way to go here. You know, if you're going to lose, you might as well go out with glory. Go out with a bang.
We like to see big engagements here.
Especially after that game we casted, where it was just like a 50-minute quit, even though he was going to win anyway, probably. Yeah, I mean, this ever was a futile engagement, if I ever have seen one, but... Like, he preemptively called a GG, just like 100% knowing he was going to lose.
Yeah, no way I could possibly win this engagement. So,
I mean, he called his cannons, I guess, but, yeah, this cannon's actually doing some good damage against these muskets.
Rivers, him up. Yeah, I guess it was kind of hard. It
That's
took
true,
him a fair bit
actually.
of time to cross over to the capital. In addition to that, he couldn't really go back across, like, from Kyoto. Once he reduced and captured... Kyoto, who can like push back again.
Yeah, like if it weren't for the rivers, maybe he would have won because it was only.
It must have been like a 30-second delay almost. So,
it was 30 seconds, and I mean, it's a little bit. I don't know, it's hard to say, but yeah. See, probably just even know where it is.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah, he was scouting for it as well. He really wanted to know where the Forbidden City was going to go down.
Well, I think we can just fast forward this one out as you're probably gonna quit. Okay, here we go. Well, actually, he's still holding on. So he called GG, but he's still actually in this game.
Kind of odd. Is that the thing that Rise of Nations players
I think
do,
they're just
or
talking.
they're just chatting?
But I mean,
Yeah.
at the moment, like, now that there's the Industrial Age Riflemen here, you know, Riflemen, they, no BAR upgrades, unfortunately, from these Riflemen.
Yeah, unfortunate, isn't
But
it?
at least they do have the Calipes in the back lines. And the Stuart light tanks.
Yeah, a lot of tanks going to be coming in,
There we
and
go.
there's the GG.
Almost 30 minutes.
That's a pretty great game, actually.
that was fascinating. Because, like...
How have I not read that on Forbidden City before?
Yeah.
It's like, screw capital timers, man. No worries. So.
See, like, Rise of Nations, like, it gets interesting when there's opportunity costs. Like in the same way that it gets really interesting when we casted a game where it's like, how much do we commit on Navy as opposed to land army, as opposed to economy, like as opposed to knowledge. There's a lot of decisions you have to weigh up, and you can make the wrong decision and it can punish you. And like I don't want to say that Prolaze's decision was wrong. Like his play was smart and it was so close to working. It just in this time, you know, in the end, Showtime swung it around and took it back. So yeah, it was a great game and well played from both of our players. And I'm pretty sure this replay was actually sent by Prolaze, so that is awesome. You know, I think it takes a lot of respect, you know, and modesty is the word that I was looking for. A lot of modesty to send a replay where you lose.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, nothing to be ashamed of for that loss. But anyway, that'll wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Rise of Nations content. You know, you should follow us on Facebook and Twitter if you haven't already. Those are all in the description. And I guess lastly, if you do want to see us casting more Resonations and just casting more on the channel and help see us grow, you can support us on Patreon. Basically, it's just a voluntary donation service to help us buy kebabs and
Produce
food.
more content. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So other than that, catch you later.